Life can hit hard sometimes, really hard. And when it does, we often don't know what to do for the people we care about. Today, I want to talk about something I read in Job chapters 1-5 that really hit me. Something simple yet profound. And that is the power of just being there. Job 2:13 says, "Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words." All right, let's take a step back for a second. Job had just lost everything. His home, his livelihood, his children, and the grief he's experiencing is unimaginable. And his friends, they come to him in his suffering and they sit. For 7 days, they sit with him completely silent. They don't offer advice. They don't try to explain why this happened. They don't even say, "It's going to be okay." They just sit there. And honestly, that is something I really struggle with. I read a story recently about Fred Rogers. Yes, Mr. Rogers visiting a young boy who was severely disabled. Fred didn't say much. He didn't try to entertain him. He simply sat with the boy, listened, and shared a quiet moment. And afterward, the boy's mother said it was one of the most meaningful encounters her son had ever had. This idea of being fully present is so countercultural in today's world. We're so used to distractions, our phones, our to-do lists, that we forget how impactful it can be to give someone our full attention. Studies actually back this up. Research shows that people experiencing trauma or grief often find the most comfort in someone simply being there rather than offering advice or solutions. According to one study, over 60% of people said that a comforting presence was the most helpful support they received in a time of crisis. And this isn't just something Job's friends or Mr. Rogers got right. Jesus modeled this too. Think about the story of Mary and Martha in John chapter 11. When their brother Lazarus died, Jesus didn't rush in with a solution, even though he knew he was going to raise Lazarus. What did he do though first? He wept with them. See, Jesus knew the power of presence. He sat with people in their pain. He listened to them. He wept, and he showed us that being fully present is an act of love. So what does this look like in our everyday lives? How can we actually just be there for someone? Let me share with you 3 things that I'm working on. First, just show up. And I don't mean physically, I mean be fully present. Put the phone down, clear your schedule if you can. You see, when someone's in pain, your presence says, "I see you, I care about you." It's not about having the right words, it's about being there. It's easy to think, "I don't know what to say, so maybe I just won't show up." But you being there can make all the difference. Second, listen. And I mean really listen. Don't interrupt. Don't jump in with solutions. I'm very guilty of that. Sometimes people just need to process out loud. You see, when we listen well, we're saying your pain matters. I'm here for you. It's not about fixing it. It's about understanding. And finally, pray. You don't even have to do it out loud. Pray for peace, pray for comfort, pray for wisdom on how to support them. Prayer reminds us that we're not the fixers. God is. Sometimes the best way to love someone is to lift them up to the one who loves them even more. Here's what I can say for sure. I realize that my instinct to fix things comes from a good place, but there's wisdom in knowing when to step back. When silence is more powerful than words, when presence is more valuable than action. Maybe you're like me, someone who wants to encourage and help, and that's a nice thing, but sometimes the most loving thing we can do is simply sit in the silence with someone. I'll end this video with this, and that is that if you've ever struggled with what to say or do when someone's hurting, I hope that this video has encouraged you, because here's the truth. You just being there, it's simple, but it is powerful.